Unnecessary regulation on television. Television has changed our society's view on the world tremendously. With the thousands of channels to choose from, causes great concern, especially when talking about children. Aggressive and violent acts consume these channels, majority of these channels. And the viewers of these channels are mainly children. And then our country wonders where the murderers come from and why they are the way they are. Today I will be bringing the topic of violence in television to your attention and how it affects our children. I will be presenting you with the information from a few websites and a few books, such as Joint Statement on the Impact of Entertainment Violence on Children, Violence Cartoons, and How TV Affects Your Child. According to the Center for Media and Public Affairs, the typical American child has witnessed over 40,000 killings and 200,000 acts of violence on television, all by the age of 18. It's hard to believe at times. No wonder the dilemma rises the attention of many. There's no doubt that the violence on TV has some effect on the minds of children. It must be changed in some way, and soon. Here are some information on some problems formed from this epidemic. There has been shocking statistics stating the viewing of violence and aggressive behavior on television deeply, directly affects children. We all know how great children are at imitating, whether it be the vulgar language that they learn from their parents or the acts that we may not want to pass on to our child, or even worse, what they learn from violent television shows. This act alone proves the theory that violence in television can be teaching our children aggressive behavior. Many may claim that a child can possibly benefit from these violent television shows by learning life morals and lessons. They believe that the idea helps children realize that there are punishments upon violent acts. In fact, this is partially true. Children could possibly benefit from this. From seeing good prevail over evil. This is sends a question, though. Would you want to chance your child focusing on evil over good? The problem is that these heroes that they are using to fight off evil, in which return is teaching children that violence can solve problems. Several intelligent pediatricians say children who see a lot of violence are more likely to view it as effective in settling conflicts. In reality, it is the superheroes that teach children that violence is acceptable. Hence, children acting aggressively, even with good intentions. Even the animated movies or television shows, which are targeted at children, contain violence. Cartoons, in fact, contain the most violence of them all. They exercise acts for which in the real world would be fatally harmful or even impossible to make it alive out of. Children many times laugh at such actions. Nevertheless, the truth is that children are actually laughing at the violence being done to another individual. The presentation of violence in a humor manner is teaching children that violence is humorous. They do not understand that cartoon emanations are actually unrealistic and is not what really happens in the real world. They also don't understand the consequences that come from harming another individual. As stated above, the violence shown to children at a young age is quite damaging, but can be averted by unpretentious actions. As a society, we must form together to regulate violence in television. Regulations making television shows aired before 9 p.m. contain no vulgar or gruesome acts of violence. Even cartoons and animated movies should not show any sort of violent acts, even if it's for so-called good nature. Heroes should be pictured in a child's head as a smart, intelligent, successful, non-violent figure, instead of a mean fighting machine. Since initially that's what we should be inspiring our children to be: successful, intelligent, and smart. After explaining the ways to avoid such things, let's visualize the possibilities if we were to just ignore them. What would you do if your child was on the news for being accused as a shooting culprit, school shooting culprit? Visualize yourself seeing school shootings, mob killings, homicide cases, and much more, but being executed by young people daily. Imagine a world where it isn't safe for you to even walk out your front door without the thought of being shot or killed or mugged. Imagine a world where young people are constantly killing and acting in such malicious ways. The world that you live in now is a violent, dangerous home. In order to prevent these horrific images that you just envisioned, we must make a change in the content of television today. Now, I hope you're wondering what you can do to change this epidemic. It's no doubt that the television shows or movies showed today are hindering the minds of the children in our world. If you're a parent, ask yourself, would you want your child to be exposed to the limitless, damaging violence shown on television today? If not, join with us and fight against the violence presented on television movies. And let's make regulations to stop this epidemic.